How did you start this business with $1,000 cash, bro?
Man, I'll be honest. I don't even think I don't think I had $1,000. I think I probably spent like maybe $50 on the WordPress website, and
$50.
that was, and that was really the extent of what it took to get the thing going, was at least getting the website off the ground, and everything else, man, really was just just sheer sweat equity, right?
Wow.
And I think a lot of times how this is done is a lot of people prioritize things that are not the focuses in the early struggle of your business. Stage one of the business needs to be focusing on simply product validation. You need to be at a spot where, number one, how do I get to the people who need what I have as fast as possible?
Okay.
A lot of times people get so caught up with logos and branding and having the $2,000, $3,000 website, having the, all the bells and whistles that don't even matter towards the fact of, do the people that I want to serve want what I have? Period. So how can you, number one, build an audience? And the last time I checked, bro, building an audience does not cost a whole lot of money. All it takes is you getting on your phone, pulling on a Facebook Live, and you start sharing valuable content. Because that's what's going to take for you to build a sustainable business. It's going to have an audience of people who know who you are and trust you enough to open their wallets to buy from you. So that's my focus. My first focus was prioritizing what was most important. And it was creating transformational content that got attention from the people who needed what I had to offer them. That was the focus. And until that thing was working, I wasn't spending money on anything that wasn't helping me do that one thing. So how do we go from having just $1,000 initial money to kind of get going? Because I'm telling you guys right now, I did not have the sustainable income to be able to do what we've done today. It makes no sense if I would have been out here trying to do it the way that all of you would tell you. You got to have a business plan. You got to have the logo done, the website done. You need to make sure you have all these things put together before you step out and do it. Nah, man, I made that leap with nothing in place but simply knowing who I wanted to serve and finding those people as soon as possible. And once I did, I then moved into, because I think, if I was to give the question mark of, how do we grow so quickly coming out of that $1,000, just having that $1,000 to help get the ball moving and going, it was being able to now continue to focus on doing those primary things until we begin to get some serious traction.
Yeah, I love it. So what I hear you saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure people getting something practical from this thing today, is identify your message and start building your audience. I call it a tribe, because I think sometimes audience just watch. They don't engage. They don't consume the content and transform their lives, and then take that content and transform other lives. So it's like, I totally agree with you. I told my team this last year, I said, hey, you know what? 2020, I just want to focus on building my tribe. That's it.
Yes, sir.
I'm not really worried about, putting out anything brand new. No, I want to build a tribe. So when I do have transformational content via a book, via like what you're doing, something online, I have someone who's actually going to watch it, who's going to purchase it. And so I think what you said is true. You don't need $1,000 for that. Get on Instagram, get on Facebook, get on YouTube. But see, here's the thing. You can build a tribe, but if you don't have something to say or something to give them, you won't keep a tribe.
And a lot of people get held up here. I believe creating content is a process that challenges you.
Yeah.
And let me help you here. I believe you are just as much in the process of helping your audience as much as you are helping yourself.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is something that is not just about helping others, but I believe it helps you as a person to grow and become the person and blossom. Because a lot of people hang up like, I'm not ready. I'm not there yet. I don't know enough. I don't have enough. Listen to me. Whenever Lazarus died, if we can go a little sermon here, all Jesus had for that was Lazarus got up out that grave and he had one thing. He didn't know.
One, brother.
He only knew one thing. I was dead. And now I'm alive. That's all he had. And that man made the Bible. He made the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not in the Bible. Lazarus is in the Bible, and he made it, right? Why? Because he had one thing to say. You don't have to go out here and have a whole book full of information and knowledge. You need to just have one thing that you know worked for you, and you can step out and help others do the same. And let me give you this process, because I believe the hardest part about entrepreneurship is the fact that it does challenge you.
Yes.
And anything that challenges you is going to change you.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, we don't like changing as humans.
Come on, bro.
We like place things to be consistent and
Yes.
comfortable and reliable
Come on.
and stable.
Yes.
That is not entrepreneurship. It is none of those things.
Yeah.
So going into entrepreneurship, you've got to be ready to sign up for something that's going to challenge you, and it's going to challenge you because it's going to change you. But I believe if it changes you, it's changing you for the better.
You know, one thing I've learned, man, about entrepreneurship, and I'm going to put myself out there. People who listen to me often, Jamal, you've known me for a while. My grammar is not the most polished. You know, I come from the country, bro. I come from Darlington, South Carolina. And I remember coming here to the Dave Ramsey show in the first, 6 months. Oh, my gosh. We got so many complaints. He doesn't talk well. He sounds like this. He sounds like that. And I got discouraged. Wow. And one of my mentors said, he reminded me of what Steve Harvey said. Which one sounds better? I am broke or I is rich. I was like, I like the I is rich part, you know.
Come on, somebody. I'll say that all day.
Yeah, all day. And one of the things that my mentor said, he said, and Dave just said this to us a few weeks ago. He said, if you really want to be successful, you don't have to be the best at what you do. You don't have to have a lot to say. But long as you are a young man or woman of character, a young man or woman of integrity,
come on.
you tell the truth, you're honest, and you're willing to put in the work.
Man.
You don't have to be the smartest, 4.2 GPA. No. You don't have to graduate from Harvard or Yale or these high-end prestigious schools. One of my dear friends, Darius Daniels, he said, I know a lot of people who went to prestigious schools, but they're not prestigious individuals. But I know a lot of people who went to community college and turned out to be very prestigious people with prestigious companies. But when I really look at it, man, I'm not the best preacher out there. I'm not the best communicator out there. But it's hard to find someone who will outwork me. And when I look at you and what you're doing with your company, and over the last, we met, about 4 or 5 years ago, bro, and you've helped walk me through some of my dating issues. When I ended my engagement, you was there. And it was like, bro, from where you were then to where you are now, you didn't get smarter. You just kept working.
Kept going.
And I'm like,
I didn't quit.
This is easy. So the key thing here is, you guys, and I hope y'all are hearing this, because I wanted to bring him on the show to show you all. Him and his wife are in their young 30s, and they've built something huge. Not because they're the smartest. Now, the boy can preach, so he's definitely one of the best preachers out there. Man, he sits up underneath one of the best preachers. Yes. But hear me clearly. He's a man of a character. He's a man of integrity. He works his behind off, and he's always honest and truthful.